up, yo? If you see food in my teeth, disregard. It is what it is. Look, I'm in a hospital. What can you do? Okay. Ain't no glamour here. Okay. Anyway, so we just got back from the NICU. And turn this down. I'm over here watching Black Ink, the Chicago version of Black Ink, which is the bomb, by the way. If you guys haven't seen that, watch it. I was watching it on demand whenever I couldn't fall asleep, which is pretty much every night in the last part of pregnancy. So anyway, these are the episodes I guess that I missed. I feel like I've been living on another planet because I've literally been in the hospital since, you know, we got admitted a few days ago, and I haven't been home since. So I feel like I've just not been in tune to what's going on in the real world at this point. And yeah, and of course my world right now is literally my babies, and of course my health too, because that's something that is a concern at this point. I'm literally trying to hide from the tech right now because we just got back from the NICU, as I said. And every time I either walk back from the NICU or I come back from the NICU, or I've come back from any kind of longer activity, whether it's walking from, you know, someplace down the hallway or whatever, which only place I really go is the NICU and the bathroom, of course. But anytime I have any kind of activity right before they take my blood pressure is elevated by default. So I'm trying to hide out a little bit before I call the girl, because she left me a note saying, hey, when you get back, hit me so I can take your vitals. And every time they take my vitals, like I said, right after I've done some kind of activity, it's going to be a little elevated. So I'm trying to avoid it until I've had at least, you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes to just sit for a second where I can get in a more sedentary state, and then they can take it, you know. But anyway, the part that you guys didn't see, which was before we went to the NICU the second time, was the fact that one of the doctors came, and I've been visited by many nurses, doctors, techs, etc. throughout the course of the last few days, and basically their concern for me is that my blood pressure has not really gone down, and that it has been going up and down and up and down, but not down enough where they felt comfortable letting me go home, which is why I'm still here. Now, typically with a C-section, you are held here, not held here, but you're admitted or kept for 4 days. I'm past that at this point now, but in addition to checking to make sure that, you know, my reaction to the C-section was okay and all that stuff, is primarily the whole blood pressure thing. So that's why I'm still here at the hospital. That's why I'm still a patient here at the hospital. They don't want to let me go until until my blood pressure's gone down to a certain level. So he came in, kind of explained it to us, explained the risks as to, you know, why he's pretty much concerned with my blood pressure. And for those of you guys who are not familiar, obviously you guys know I got preeclampsia, or I was diagnosed with preeclampsia, which is why the kids were delivered. But and typically the cure for preeclampsia is delivery of your baby or babies, in my case. However, in a lot of cases, you will have it for weeks after, and that's kind of what seems to be my case. So I have to be very careful over the next few weeks. They're going to give me some way to monitor my blood pressure over these next few weeks, and I'm going to have to come back for follow-up visits and check with my doctor so that I can make sure that my blood pressure does eventually go back down to normal levels. So it's this is scary. I'm playing it off like it's not, but it is. I'm playing it off like I'm not worried. I am. I've talked to several people though, several of the nurses here, a doctor or two here that had preeclampsia that had the same issue. I've talked to people who have siblings or friends or whatever that have had the same issue. My friend Cher, who came to visit, her sister had preeclampsia and she had it for weeks afterwards, and she eventually got down to normal. My cousins, you know, my cousin also had the same. But, you know, it's still scary, you know what I mean, when you're dealing with it, when they tell you what could happen if, you know, you don't get it under control. And there's nothing really you can do about it because there's no real reason preeclampsia happens. It just happens, you know. They've never been able to figure out why it happens when it does. So, anyway, we're going to be monitoring that closely. That being said, that's why I'm hiding out from the tech, because what they're going to do is monitor me over the next 24 hours, or, you know, overnight and in the morning, to determine whether they can let me out, as in, you know, release me. And you guys know, anybody who's stayed in the hospital, you guys know they wake you up every hour on the hour. So I haven't gotten any sleep since I've gotten here, and I never got sleep before I got here, but I really didn't get sleep since I've been here, since this blood pressure thing especially. And I need to get back to life, you know. Unfortunately, I'm going to be monitoring my shit, but you know, I want to get my I hope that the blood pressure reads enough where they feel comfortable enough with letting me go home. And then after that, I'll just come up with follow-up visits and stuff. And of course, I'm going to be here all the time anyway because my babies are here in NICU, which adds a whole nother level of like, to this, you know, whatever, to this entire situation, because both my babies are in NICU. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering when are they going to come out of NICU. We have no idea. It just depends on how they progress, and so far they're progressing great. So there's a lot going on right now, okay? I'm going to be very sad when they do finally release me from the hospital, because I'll know I'll be going home and away from my kids, even though I know I can come up here every single day. But because I know the NICU is not too far, I can walk there, you know, if I need to. Whereas when I'm released, I have to drive, and I can't drive, by the way. I'm not allowed to drive for a couple weeks. So I have to rely on Juice or someone else to take me to come see my kids. So that's just a whole nother. Anyway, we're not trying to stress ourselves out because I know they're going to come in here and take my vitals. But I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of an update as to what's going on. But Juice went back home to go and tend to some things at the house. And then he's going to pick us something light to eat because, you know, I got to watch it a little bit over these next this time frame. Food wise, it doesn't really make as much of a difference, but it does, you know what I mean? So he's gonna bring back some food, and then we're just gonna hang out and just relax. And they're gonna take my vitals all fucking night, and I have to take a lot of, they have me on a different set of medications, so we're gonna be trying them out overnight to see if they drop my blood pressure. So we'll see. So I just want to kind of give you guys what's going on. Other than that, my babies are fucking amazing. I love them with every bit of my being. They're doing so great. It was so awesome just bathing them tonight and changing them. We got to put their clothes on them and everything like that. And I cannot wait till they're not in those freaking wires. I know they have to have them, but because they monitor their heart rates and all that. But oh my God, I can't wait till they can get out of them, because I want to squeeze them and hold them without all that shit everywhere. You have to be very careful with them because you don't want to pull one out. And they have an IV in one of their arms, so it's heart-wrenching to see your kids like that. But you know they're being taken care of, you know what I'm saying? And I check on them constantly. Whether I'm there, I'm calling, like, hey, you know, how'd my babies do? How did Jackson feed? How did Jayla feed? And they're just amazing here. So anyway, I'm gonna stop talking your ear off. I'm gonna watch this show before I miss any more episodes, and eat some popsicles and wait for Juice to come back from wherever he is. Good afternoon. How yo baby daddy, yo sister, and yo cousin I'm doing? And your hubby too. How y'all living, fam? Lord have mercy, I don't even know what day it is today. The days have run together, okay? It is, let me look and see what day it is today before I even lie to y'all. It is Thursday up in this biatch, okay? And yeah, y'all, I know y'all probably sick and tired of seeing me looking all crazy, looking like this with this little satin cap on and these daggone beautiful as fuck ass robes I wear here at the hospital. I promise you, on everything I love, I change the robe every single day, and I'm showering every single day. I'm actually about to hit the shower now. But I just took the biggest doo-doo of my entire damn life. Yes, I know that it's TMI like a motherfucker. Y'all probably like, that is disgusting. How you gonna start the vlog like that? Am I right? That's how the fuck it felt. It was like I just shat my entire pregnancy in one sit down. Because since I have been here, I have not taken not one dump, not nam dump. Since I have been in this hospital, since I gave birth to my twins, and they've been giving me stool softeners pretty much for the last 2 nights straight to make sure that when it finally does come, when I finally do, that it comes out in a reasonably, you know, comfortable fashion, okay? So, that being said, I feel like I just released every toxin in my damn body in that one little sit down, okay? And the people from the pharmacy then came up to the room. They had to wait on me to come out the bathroom and everything else. I just give me a few minutes. You know, because you got to be real careful. Because with this incision, okay, because the C-section and everything is right kind of where you would sit down. And, you know, when you sit down, you got to be real careful, you know, because you don't want to mess with the scar. And then, you know, with the incision. And then, you know, when you're pushing, you don't want to push too hard. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you're going to be in pain and shit. And Anyway, I didn't mean to start it off like that. We didn't mean to talk about doo-doo first thing, but we're gonna be doing a lot of doo-doo over these next, you know, however long, because, you know, a bitch just had 2 babies, okay? So we gonna be talking about doo-doo. It may not be my doo-doo, it may be my baby's doo-doo, but we gonna talk about doo-doo, okay? Anyway, great as fuck ass news, y'all. The news I have been waiting to hear every fucking day since I have pretty much been in this motherfucker since having had the twins. And that is that I am finally being discharged today. When I say this has been the longest and most crazy 7 days of life, I have literally been in this hospital for 7 days straight. I ain't never lied, okay? And oh my gosh, it's been crazy. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, it's just been the biggest up and down battle ever in life. It has been the most crazy experience ever, the most emotional experience ever. I'll have to tell you guys, I have to just tell you guys in separate videos when I give you guys maybe my pregnancy story, like my labor and delivery story or whatever. I don't know how I'm going to formulate this, or maybe I'll just give you guys, you know, kind of a rundown of everything and how in retrospect, you know, how everything went after everything was said and done, because I don't know how I'm gonna even edit the videos that I've shot previous to this, because I don't know how I edited. I have been loopy. I've been having zero sleep, emotional, full of drugs, okay, just discombobulated. Today is probably the first time, and part of yesterday was probably the first time that I felt like a semi-normal human being, although I am still drugged up. So with all of the things I just said being said, me being discharged and all that, I should also let you know that that doesn't mean I'm out of the woods just yet. Your girl still has high blood pressure. However, it has come down a bit. But unfortunately, I'm still dealing with the preeclampsia. I'm still dealing with the effects of having had my kids and how they affected my body. The pregnancy, not they, but the pregnancy, and how I have to now figure out a way to pretty much bring my blood pressure back to normal, which can take weeks. So even though I am discharged, I'm still not out of the woods yet. I have just met with the pharmacist, or with the pharmacy, or one of the reps from the pharmacy, to go over my meds, and so they just went over those. They were the ones who had to sit and wait for me to finish taking my doo-doo, and so we just went over the meds that I'm taking, my painkillers, and all of the things that I'm taking in addition to the blood pressure meds that I'm taking as well. So doing that, and yeah, so I'll be taking the blood pressure meds until I kind of start to see that I'm kind of leveling out from a blood pressure perspective. I'll follow up with my doctor in the next couple of weeks, and we kind of go from there. So for the next, you know, little bit here, when I do go home, it's going to be about me taking it easy, me resting. I can't drive for another week and a half or so. I can't lift anything heavier than 15 pounds. I've got to watch my activities. I can't do anything too crazy. I can't exercise or do any of that, of course, but I wouldn't have been able to anyway with the C-section. And there's a whole bunch of other things that I'm not able to do for the most part because of my blood pressure, but also because of the C-section, because I'll be recuperating from that and hoping and healing from that too. Juicy J is not here right now. He had a work function to go to, so even though he's been sleeping here every single night, he has still had to tend to work related things, and he's not going to take off of work completely until the babies are home. And there's still going to be a NICU, so this is going to be really hard for me to leave the hospital today, knowing that I'm leaving my babies behind, because the good thing about me being in the hospital, even though I've really been anxious to get out, is the fact that I'm literally here in the hospital with my children. So now that I'm actually having to get out of here, and they're discharging me, now this is when it starts to get rough, because I'm not with my babies. Even though I'm not physically with my babies right now, I know that I can just get up to go, which I'm going to do in a minute, to go into the NICU and see my babies. You know what I mean? So that's going to be hard for me today. I've already cried 2 or 3 times over it already the last couple of days, knowing that when they discharge me, it's going to be rough for me to go. When they do, I thought I was going to get discharged yesterday, so I started crying yesterday. I thought they were going to discharge me the day before. I started crying the day before. And they definitely discharged me today, so I know I'm going to cry when I leave, which is going to be really hard for me. Okay, we don't even want to talk about it because I'm going to start crying now. The point is that Juice went to an office function today, And so after he's done with work-related stuff, he is actually going to come here so that we can do the discharge papers and I can finally leave and stuff. And then we'll head, we'll actually probably go visit the babies. And then, or we may go home so I can drop my stuff off and then come back and visit the babies. But, you know, I know he's going to want to see the babies as well. But yeah, he is not going to take off his official time off or his official paternity time until they're both home for the most part. There's a chance that one could come home first if one is ready to go. Either way, it won't be until, he won't take off until one of them, if not both of them, are home at the same time, so that he can take full-on advantage of his paternity time when they're actually home versus it just being me and him at home and us just coming to the NICU, you know. Outside of that, y'all, this is gonna be it's gonna be a battle. This is gonna be rough. This next little bit until they come home is gonna be rough for Juice and I both. We both are handling it our own way. You know, I'm a lot more of an emotional wreck when it comes to my babies right now because of the hormones and shit, and I've been through a lot and I've gotten no sleep at all. And I wasn't sleeping before, but I really didn't sleep while I was here. You know, in hospitals you don't sleep at all. They check your vitals every hour. So yeah, I just want to sleep. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna go, after I see my babies, I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I got to figure out how I'm gonna see my babies when Juice is at work, because that's the hard part. I mean, I could always go with my mom or something like that, you know, but thankfully the holidays are coming up next week. Thanksgiving's coming up, and there'll be some shorter work days for Juice too. As you guys can see, I'm already thinking about how I'm gonna survive without my kids. We're gonna figure this out. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so yeah, the room is a chaotic as fuck ass. I mean, it's just a mess. It's a hot ass mess. So we're gonna clean it up and get situated. I still have maybe about 2 or 3 hours before Juice comes to get me, since he's gonna be at the work thing for a minute. And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the showers and throw on the clothes that I plan to leave with. I just brought sweats because I didn't know what to wear, how the temperature is gonna be. I need to look at the weather outside, but I'm wearing sweats to be out of here and to be comfortable to go to the NICU. And then I'm gonna head down to the NICU, see the babies for a little bit. And then, yeah, and that's it. I think my cousin's gonna come here, who you guys have not seen in a very long time. My cousin Fafan, or Stefan, he's coming, so he's gonna come by and see the kiddos, since he hasn't had the chance to do so. And then Juice will come here in a little bit. So yeah, and then we got to do all the birth certificate stuff. We haven't done that yet, so we'll turn that in today. And then we have to do our discharge papers with a girl that, you know, with the nurse or whatever. So when he gets back, we'll take care of all that, and then we'll be officially out of here. So this is gonna be just a crazy next couple, however long, man, y'all. I'm like, so I don't want to leave my babies. I don't. And then on top of that, you know, I've got this blood pressure issue to deal with. But the good thing is that I can have a glass of wine now, and I've checked with the pharmacy and the doctor to make sure that I'm able to have a glass of wine. I don't plan on doing anything crazy. I just, you know, but I'm able to have a glass of wine. And honestly, with this experience and how everything has been, I think I deserve that. I'm not gonna have that today. I'm just saying in the future, if I want to have one, I can. Oh my gosh, y'all. Craziest experience ever. Anyway, let me go take my shower because I am anxious to see my little one. So, and they feed at like 2:30. So let me get going, and then I'll see you guys in the NICU. What's up, y'all? So we're down here in the NICU. A few hours have passed. I've been here for a while actually, but I accidentally left the camera way over there across the room, and I was holding baby Jayla. So I'm still holding baby Jayla. She just got her diaper changed, and she is about to have her next feeding. And here she is with hiccups. She's gonna start to get frustrated here in a minute, but she'll get to eat because she's been wanting to eat for the last hour and a half. So they have her IV out, which I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but they definitely have her IV out, and Jackson's IV out. I can't talk. Jackson's IV is also out too. He was playing it with it so much that I think they just said, let's just take it out and see what happens. Because they've been getting, both of them have been getting pretty feisty with their feeding tubes, their IVs and all that. Yes, I broke a nail. I actually have 2 nails that are broken, but I have to get them cut anyway, because now when the kiddos come home, hi baby. When the kiddos come home, we don't want poo in the nails. You already know the deal. So I maybe have a couple more weeks left with these nails this long, and then I gotta cut them down for whenever the babies come home. But anyway, Jax is still in his bed, and he's been asleep. And when I got here, Jayla was trying to do all kinds of stuff with her cords and her thing for her eyes because she's under the lights because she's got jaundice. So, ooh, time for Baba. Hold on. Here she goes. Let's see if she doesn't. Here she goes. Doing this two-handed. Which I'm probably gonna have to learn how to do a lot of stuff. Ambidextrous and all that. Because we're gonna have multiple babies at home when they finally do get back. But there she is. Eating away. I think Jazz, if I'm not mistaken, is on her way down here. You guys haven't seen her in a while. I don't know if she's gonna be on camera, y'all. Y'all know how she is. She actually had a doctor's appointment. She was out and about today. Y'all know she's preggo as well. She's a week ahead of me. But because I am, or I was pregnant with twins, mine were due sooner than hers. But she's having a little baby girl. Actually, I told you guys a long time ago, but since you guys haven't seen her on camera in a while. Anyway, she's having a little baby girl, and she just got back from her doctor's appointment, and so she's coming down here. She's bringing me a couple snacks, but she's coming down here to see the kiddos for the first time too. So she should be here any minute. I think she's coming from a ways away. So, and then Juice should be coming here at some point soon too from work. And the nurse is looking for me all over the place to try to discharge me, which I didn't. I guess I have to do discharge paperwork. We were waiting on Juice to come so that I could do it when he got here so that I could, you know, empty out the room and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully they didn't mess with the room. Because I just kind of left it as it was. I told her I wasn't going to be able to go until my husband came back to get me. But anyway, so, yeah. But the goal is to feed Jackson and Jayla before we get discharged. We'll see how this goes. Or before I have to do the paperwork. I may have to call her in between to say, hey, I'm here in the NICU. I'll be down there in just a little bit. But I'm going to call Juice to see where he's at too. She's just so peaceful. Yeah, another one. Yeah, baby girl. Don't get sleepy now, come on. A little peanut head. Hello. They were even asking if you were at the shower. Yeah, but and
I probably was hiding because
you were incognito.
No idea. I said that.
Oh, she was there.
She was there, but you weren't like, you know what I'm saying? We were pregnant.
Yeah.
It's F. Okay.
Jazz, say what up. Jazz over here chilling.
Yeah, guys, sorry.
She was at the doctor's office, and so
don't get too close to this bed. You know, it's plus size, girl. It may not be shaped a little right, you know, but it's a baby in here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, guys. I have missed you guys, but I just been pregnant since 2014. I've literally been pregnant since 2014.
You're right. Since 2014. You're right.
But we're done.
This is it?
Done.
2 back to back.
Back to back, literally.
That's gonna be their little cousin.
Yep.
Their little brother.
Yeah, the drops.
Or the little sister, actually. That's the little brother.
Maybe they may be on baby girl. She love girls.
Oh man, look.
I know Uncle
He's gonna have all kinds of girls to play with.
Juju on that beat.
You're looking kind of snazzy. Let me show you what you look like.
Look at me. Watch out, Jazz.
What's your little
I had to go to the luncheon
outfit?
today, so you know.
Yeah, look,
Get a little dad sticker on, so.
Oh, okay, it's official.
It's official, so.
It's official.
It's my son you're holding right there. So
You're right there, right there, right there.
Look, get her with the hands up.
Let me see with your hands.
Hands up, don't shoot right now, honey.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yeah. She knows what's up. Yes, honey. That's my diva, my little princess. My little
she really do look
diva.
like she resting. Like, girl, don't wake up to me.
Oh, just better. But before him, yeah.
Don't bother me.
See? Oh, wait a minute. They took all the tubes out of him, right?
Yeah. No IVs.
Yeah.
He might look like Juice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're going to see.
Yeah, we just give it a couple weeks. We'll see.
When he fills out and gets some color. My little Caucasian baby.
Look at Uncle Juju putting them juicy lips all over.
I know, right? It's big old soup
You can't
coolers.
tell. He's just been sleeping since the day he was born, so.
For real.
I think he was awake one time yesterday that I know
You
of.
just wait until they do baby Nate and be up all day.
All night. And be like, no.
It's time for bed.
No.
So just be shaking his head. Huh?
I can't wait to see your little one. Yours is next.
2 more weeks.
Few
Yeah,
more
literally.
weeks, You almost
That's
there.
it. And I'm, baby, whether I'm going to push or get cut, she coming up out of here. If I got to open them legs like Kourtney Kardashian and pull out, she coming.
Okay.
I'm done. I just...
So you done? Can't do 3 years in a row.
Oh, my God.
Not 3 years in a row.
Boop, boop. Look
If
at him.
somebody told me next year, Jasmine, you're pregnant, I would probably go on to the China Rock Bridge and jump.
I'm gonna need you to not. Let's just get through this.
Cause I can't.
Let's just get through this.
Cause I was like right here on the edge. Now 8 months ago. Like, should I?
No,
Should I
no,
come back?
no, no,
Should I
no.
jump or come back? I came back.
You came back. We good. I can't with you for real.
Real.
Was he scratching his face?
That's where they're putting the little thing because he was trying to take everything out. He's trying to take the food thing out. He's trying to all of it.
Yeah. He got some nails too.
Uh-huh.
And I saw those clothes you picked out. You are
Yeah.
dead of the year, honey.
Yeah, he's.
He got his little fits together with the
I mean,
hats and the
boy
mitts.
stuff, you know, daddies can get the boy stuff, but the girl stuff,
Yeah.
dude, I'm gonna need you to call Nate and be like,
Had a
dude,
little, had a little help inside the store.
step your game up, bro.
Okay,
Had a little help inside the store with that one. So.
but you did it though, babe.
Yeah.
You did
By
good.
yourself.
You really did good.
Yeah, it's weird buying
All
girls
by
clothes.
yourself, baby.
You don't want them to
I
be
told her
like,
she gotta be responsible for dressing the girl. Cause
just don't be dressing him in all them sweats and Jordan.
Jordan.
You already know.
I gotta get some Jordan.
Okay, look.
Gotta get him some J's.
Okay.
Oh my
Size
God,
what?
here.
12, baby.
Nah, he might be a size 15 now. The way
Yeah.
his feet are huge, which means
I don't know.
She got big
you
feet.
know what that you know what that means. He got that big ding-a-ling, girl.
I'm not gonna
Hey,
Nothing from Jackson, man.
yay!
Nothing from
About to get all the hoes. Get the hoes. Get the hoes.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Don't put that in my
Get the hoes.
Because I say my baby.
I'm just saying. Hey,
Girls don't
Jayla
like
had her arms up and everything. She was like, yes.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
Not with Jayla.
No, okay. We ain't messing with Jayla like that. We ain't messing with her like that.
Yeah, she can.
You know, daddy's so protective over them girls.
I'm telling you.
Already like, this is not what we're going to do.
Mhm.
Like, but they can be like, Juju on that beat. So what
I'm
the fuck
telling
you.
you.
Gonna be doing? Oh, you gotta go. We'll be in the car like,
Damn, man, we gotta homeschool our girl.
I can't with you,
No,
Juice,
I
for
I
real.
guess I gotta figure out how to do that.
I don't know.
You said
Let me
Juju
know,
on
'cause
that beat.
I do too.
Juju on that beat. Get it? Hey, hey,
Now you gotta
hey.
drop.
No dropping here.
Drop. Hey, you should have got that. You should have did that with the baby. You do the Juju.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to do that, Juice.
No,
Juju on that
I
beat.
can't hold him to do that.
Boop boop push. Hey, dab on him, girl. You better dab. You better get the dab on.
Yeah.
My glasses on her nose.
No problems.
That's a warm sensation.
Ah, this is
See
hilarious.
that? Look at that, look at that.
He got peed on for the very first time,
Wow,
guys.
that's-
This is hilarious.
Yeah, right here and right here.
Congratulations, you did not jump or scream.
At all.
I felt a warmth come over my
Your chest.
area right here. And I said, wait a minute. Did you just do something? He made this noise.
He was like, I'm about to get you, daddy.
Beat on me, man. Now he's sound asleep.
That's funny.
He
Congratulations,
got rid
Kate.
of it and he just went right back to sleep.
You're officially a dad.
Wow.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
man, appreciate it, Jax.